Welcome back. Or for the first time, if you're seeing this for the first time. But this is day 13 of the Hyper Sleep Rest Recovery 2026. We're almost halfway through, almost through 2 weeks of meditations, pranayama, some visualizations, different things to help us come back to the self, tend to the nervous system. Regulate is such a whoosh term, but tend to our nervous system like a garden, right? It's calm, it's enjoyable, and sometimes it's challenging, right? Sometimes it's challenging, especially when we haven't tended to our nervous system in a while. So tonight, I want to take all of the challenge out of it. The only challenge is to stay awake, like I had said before, to stay conscious. And so what we're going to do is a guided relaxation, and you can lay down for this, totally okay. If you need to, if you're pregnant per se, and you need to lay on your side, then get a pillow under your head and get a pillow in between your knees so that your spine can stay straight. Otherwise, if you don't have any contraindications to laying on the back, go ahead and lay on the back in Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's one of the hardest poses in yoga altogether. People are like, oh, headstand and like warriors and down dogs and these, but like actually letting go and letting your body just rest on the floor and staying awake can be challenging. So that's your only challenge tonight, is to let the body continue to slip deeper, deeper, deeper into relaxation, but don't lose consciousness. This is the trick. The trick of conscious relaxation is we kind of pass through that portal with our body, then our nervous system switches over from sympathetic to parasympathetic, and then the relaxation response, boom, like different endorphins and hormones start to be secreted from our endocrine system, from the pituitary and pineal gland. Our breath slows down. And we actually feel a deep sense of peace come over our body. I will say, you might get tired, you might fall asleep. That's okay. Don't shame yourself if you do fall asleep. That's why we do practice. And that's why I created the Art and Science of Relaxing. We'll talk a little bit more about that too. But the Art and Science of Relaxing progressively teaches you how to consciously relax through a 40-day course. But it is a way that you can work with the breath and the mind and your energy and the body a little bit through different systematic practices that help you retain your consciousness as you drop into deeper and deeper states of relaxation. And then you hit that pocket of super consciousness in Yoga Nidra. We'll do one of those before the month is over. And then like an endless amount of energy is available, but also you may notice how exhausted you are. The first couple of times that you drop into a deep state of conscious relaxation, you might feel like you're dragging when you come out of it, just because a lot of us don't necessarily, oh, we got fam in the chat. Hey Peace Frog, hey Frick, thank you for joining. So when we deeply, deeply relax, and we haven't gotten good rest, right? We've just been unconsciously sleeping, or we've been running on fumes, or we've been just go, 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 and then we like sit down to relax and watch TV or stream something or play video games, and it actually doesn't allow our nervous system to truly relax. We think that it's relaxation because our mind is focused in on one thing, but if you notice like how the nervous system gets stimulated by the television that you watch, by the activities that we do that are commonly like, you know, modern things that are said to be relaxing, even reading, it can get you into a really like focused mind spot, but then you feel yourself relax and you're like, oh, I want to go to sleep, right? Or I want to take a nap, right? And so conscious relaxation is allowing ourselves, our mind, to stay alert and awake and pass through that portal, the hyperspace portal, if you will, boop, onto the other side where our parasympathetic nervous system takes over. And that's the healing response. That's the relaxation response, the rest and renew response. And the point of this journey and the greater journey of the Art and Science of Relaxing course is to help us sustain that for long periods of time. Long periods of time. I mean like days on end. So that then you can move through grief. You can move through all of the anxiety, all the built up emotions that have been trapped. You can break through into a place where there's not so much clutter in the mind and you can focus on the tasks at hand, but not in an anxious, I got to get through this kind of way, more in like a present, like I'm enjoying each step and each breath as we go. Doesn't that sound good? I mean, I like it. So I hope y'all do too. And you'll get there. It does take practice though. So tonight we're going to practice, like I said, the only challenge or the only task is to stay awake. Don't concentrate too hard, but stay awake. Okay? So we'll set up here, and yeah, it's going to be like about 20 minutes probably of a guided relaxation. And so if you want to set your yoga mat out or a blanket down, lay down on the floor. If you want a small pillow or a rolled up towel underneath your neck, you can do that. But we want to like make sure that the spine is straight, that the energy can flow. And again, like the more comfortable that we get, the easier it is going to be for us to fall asleep. And that's another facet of conscious relaxation, is to be able to be relaxed when we're experiencing something that brings us discomfort. Because then we don't identify with the discomfort, we identify with the relaxation, and we can allow the discomfort to move through us, or whatever, you know, thing that our mind has labeled negative or inferior or whatever, it moves through us without us identifying with it. And then we can drop deeper into relaxation, deeper into the self. So, go ahead and take your time, get into Shavasana. I know you're probably not going to be able to like chat from Shavasana, so I'll give it like 1 minute, and settle in, laying on the back, the arms just a little bit away from the body. You want the head to be in a comfortable position, the neck to be straight, the palms turned up, and the arms a little bit away from the body so they're not touching the body. And then the feet a little bit apart, falling open. The legs can rotate externally so the hips can relax. And if you have a bolster or your low back is tight, a bolster is like a yoga pillow. Or if you have something that you want to put underneath your knees to just lift the knees off the floor, that can help take some pressure out of the low back too. So find your comfortable seat. If you want to put a blanket over you, a light blanket over you, that's okay. We're not going to bed yet though. We're not going to bed. We're going into a deep, relaxing place. And then eventually you'll be able to hit that spot of relaxation when you're sitting, when you're standing, when you're at the gym, wherever. Because your body will have integrated it and it'll move through everything that the mind, the body gets kind of like contorted up with things that we say, well, I got to hold on to this for now because it's not an appropriate time to feel this, or it's not an appropriate time to move through this, or blah, blah, blah. Like, appropriate. What a naughty word. I think appropriate is more naughty than inappropriate. You know, because most of the time we do that a few times a day. We stack those things up and then we never get back to them. We never get back to releasing them. So now is that time that you can just let go. And you find your comfortable position in Shavasana and then allow the body to become still. You can close the eyes and start to bring your focus inside of the body. Feel the body from within. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. And feel the hug of gravity. Feel the bones heavy. The muscles relaxing off the bones. You can go ahead and begin to explore with your awareness the inner environment. And if you come across tension, or if you feel a muscle holding on, just consciously breathe into it and relax it. Release the tension. And we'll start by bringing focus into the belly. As much as you can, take a deep breath down into the belly, expanding the belly, filling the lower lobes completely, and then exhaling, the navel falls as the breath moves out. And we'll stay here for just a couple moments, breathing deeply down into the belly, as deep as you can. And then exhale slowly. The belly contracts. And keep your focus there at the navel. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, navel falls, belly contracts a little bit, the diaphragm domes up. And keep going. We'll bring a count to the breath. We'll start at 11. Deep breath in, 11. Deep breath out, 11. Then we'll count backwards to 0. So deep breath in, 10. Deep breath out, 10. And keep going, counting the belly breaths from 11 all the way down to 0. And keep counting. If the mind wanders away or you forget where you are, it's okay. Just bring the mind back to the breath and start again at 11. Keep going. And if you get down to 0, then start again at 11. Just focused on the deep belly breaths, allowing the body to remain still and heavy. Do your best to refrain from moving at all besides the breath. And then after your next exhale, you can let go of the belly breaths and bring your awareness up to the crown of the head. The crown of the head, right where the top of the head, slightly back and just above. And sense, if you can, a ball of light, a ball of white light or golden light. Just a radiant light at the crown of the head. Visualize or imagine this light and once you have the light within your mind's eye, you can take a deep inhale and see the light grow. And then on the exhale, the light moves down into the body, down through the center of the brain, down the spine, through the torso, through the arms, through the legs, back of the knees, lower legs, all the way down to the soles and the tips of the toes. And then inhale from the tips of the toes all the way up, going through the legs, the spine, through the center of the brain, back up to the crown. And then exhale, see this light moving from the crown down through the center of the brain, the spine, the pelvic floor, the hips, the thighs, the lower legs, the feet, to the toes, and then back up. Moving your awareness with the breath, inhaling from the soles of the feet and the toes, up through the legs, through the spine, through the center of the brain, into the crown. And then exhaling back down. And then after your next exhale, we'll begin to inhale from the ankles up through the legs, through the pelvic floor and the hips, into the spine, up through the center of the brain to the crown. And then exhale from the crown, following that same pathway down to the ankles. Keep going. Inhale, ankles up to crown. And exhale back down to the ankles. Awareness moving with the pace of the breath. And then after your next exhale, begin to inhale from the backs of the knees, up the legs, into the spine, through the center of the brain to the crown. And then exhale from the crown down to the backs of the knees. Keep going. Inhaling backs of the knees to the crown, exhaling back down. And then after your next exhale, we'll move to the pelvic floor, the very base of the spine. We'll inhale from the pelvic floor up the spine, awareness moving through each vertebrae, all the way up to the center of the brain into the crown. And then exhale, following that pathway of the spine back down to the pelvic floor, to the root, Muladhara, the root chakra. Inhaling from the root, up the spine to the crown. And exhaling back down. And after your next exhale, move to the sacrum, fused vertebrae in the back of the pelvis, inhaling from the sacrum, up the spine, through the center of the brain to the crown. And then exhaling back down. Inhaling sacrum to crown, exhaling crown to sacrum. You can tell yourself, I am awake, I am relaxed. after your next exhale, move to the navel. Right around the diaphragm, in between the diaphragm and the belly button. Inhaling from that point up the spine, tracing each vertebrae as you move up with your awareness to the crown. And then exhale from the crown down to the navel. And we're not teleporting, really move with the pace of the breath, still the same breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. As the pathway gets a little bit shorter in distance, we hone our awareness. Energy is getting more subtle. We slow down a little bit more. And after your next exhale, move to the heart center. From the heart, inhaling up the spine through the throat, through the center of the brain, to the crown. Then exhaling, crown, center of the brain, down through the neck to the heart. Then after your next exhale, we'll go to the throat now. Inhaling from the throat, the neck, up the spine through the center of the brain to the crown. Then exhaling back down, crown, center of the brain to the throat. You can sense the breath and energy as light moving with your awareness. And then after your next exhale, we'll move to the third eye, to the center of the brain. And inhale, moving your awareness very slowly on the short pathway from the third eye up to the crown of the head. Using the full breath to trace your awareness, and then exhaling from the crown down to the third eye, to the center of the brain. And then after your next exhale, allow your awareness to just rest in the center of the brain at the third eye. Let the breath be natural and deep. And sense the relaxation that has spread through the body. And yet this lightness and luminosity, awakeness of the mind and energy. And begin to deepen your breath a little bit more. See this light at the third eye spread once again throughout the whole body. Sensing the rise and fall of the chest, expansion and contraction of the belly. Feeling the body laying on the ground beneath you. Each breath, the energy expands, consciousness is resurfacing. And you can begin to move the body just a little bit, wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling the wrists and the ankles. You might pop and creak a little bit, that's okay. Bring a little bit more movement into the body. And bring the hands over the heart and rub the palms of the hands together. Feeling the energy and heat in the hands, stimulating the nerve endings there. If you can, lift the feet up off the floor and rub the soles of the feet together. If you got shoes on still, that might not work, but rubbing the palms and the soles of the feet together with one another. And then you can take a deep inhale. You might want to stretch the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. You take another deep inhale. A smooth exhale. And then you can rock side to side a little bit. Massage the low back. And yogi's choice, you can either rock forwards and backwards on the spine or roll to one side. If you roll to one side, take a breath on your side. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Before then pressing yourself up again to a seated position. Pressing yourself up with the top arm and being very gentle, conscious. And then as you're sitting, just allow the energy to reorient a little bit to the upright position. Take a couple breaths and just notice how you feel. Notice how you feel in your body space. How does the mind feel? What's your energy like? Just take a note. And then we'll close down with a long sat, short nam. Sealing in this peace, this truth. Our true nature is balanced, is peaceful, is calm, is collected, is conscious, is creative. Long syllable sat, short nam, deep inhale. Sat nam. Blessings, peace, and love to you all. If you did fall asleep, that's okay. Don't be worried or fearful when you find that you have fallen asleep, if that's the case. Just allow yourself to awaken gently, move into either your next thing or into bed, and know that relaxation and staying awake takes practice, and it's okay. Sending you all all of my love, very much. And you are so welcome. This is just a little taste. We go into a more thorough and longer practice in the art and science of relaxing of this very same practice, preloaded with a little bit of pranayama. And yeah, I hope to see you all tomorrow for day 14. We're going to do something fun. It's been fun and different every night. Yeah. So check out the other videos if you haven't. They're on my YouTube, youtube.com/@hyperspace_sky. And have a beautiful night. I hope you get some really nice rest. Sat Nam.